Good gravy. This week has been madness, Pamela. The first president was indicted on federal crimes. One of the best soccer players ever is coming to the U.S. And did you see the video of wildfire smoke in New York?
I did, Ryan. This week has been full of big news.
Definitely. Let's get into it.
I'm Pamela Kirkland.
And I'm Ryan Willard. It's Tuesday, June 13th.
This is the 10 News.
Here are 10 things you need to know.
Processing.
Let's get started with a follow-up story from last week. We reported on the widespread wildfires in Canada, which burned so far and so fast that the smoke blanketed parts of the U.S. Last week, cities on the East Coast, including Philadelphia, New York, and Washington, D.C., faced their worst air quality in decades. Air pollution levels were nearly double the worst wildfire smoke on record in the Pacific Northwest. Flights were canceled, Broadway shows were closed, and residents were encouraged to stay inside. But even indoors, air pollution levels reached dangerous highs. Experts have said climate change is behind the wildfires and that air pollution could become a regular occurrence on the usually smoke-free East Coast. Check out the link in our show notes for a time-lapse video of the wildfire smoke rolling across the East Coast.
And amid this wildfire crisis, top climate scientists have confirmed that the world is entering an El Nino warming period.
What does that mean?
El Nino is a regularly occurring weather event in the Pacific. It affects weather worldwide, making the southern U.S. rainier, weakening India's monsoon season, and causing drought in Australia. Scientists say following this El Nino, the planet could reach its hottest temperature yet. They warn it's possible we will pass 1.5 degrees Celsius, the temperature increase that marks the threshold for irreversible global warming. Now on to exciting news for soccer fans. Lionel Messi is an Argentine soccer player who has won 7 Ballon d'Or awards, an award for being the best soccer player in the world. And he just announced he is coming to the U.S.
No way!
Messi signed with Florida soccer team Inter Miami and said that after winning the World Cup last December with Argentina, he wanted to play in the U.S. Soccer fans could see Messi on the pitch for Miami as early as July.
In tech news, Apple announced its new mixed reality headset, the Vision Pro, priced at an eye-watering $3,500. It won't be available to buy until 2024, but Apple allowed testers to try the headset at a conference where it received rave reviews. With advanced audio and video technology, the headset allows users to watch movies, play games, and take FaceTime calls, while also being free to interact with the real space you're in thanks to clearly projected images of your actual surroundings. Apple's answer to Meta's Quest and Quest Pro has finally arrived. Next year, that is.
Cool!
And a 10-year-old girl survived a freezing cold night, lost in the Cascade Mountains outside Seattle. 100 volunteers joined her family in searching for Shungala Mashwani, who arrived in the U.S. from Afghanistan 2 years ago. She was found the next day near a river unhurt. Rescuers praised her for her toughness.
Way to go!
We'll be right back with animal news and an update on Ukraine after this message for the grown-ups.
Hey listeners, Tracy Leeds Kaplan here, and today I want to tell you about KiwiCo, a fantastic screen-free way to keep your kids engaged and learning. Just last week, one of their monthly crates arrived, and Owen, who you know is an original tenor, and of course my son, wanted to immediately put it together. The kit was well organized and easy to follow, with all the materials we needed included. It was our first crate, and from their Tinker set. We put together a domino machine that runs across the floor, positioning out dominoes for the perfect run. You get to put all the parts together, from lining up gears to wiring up the battery. These are real engineering, science, and art projects with high-quality materials. Not only was it a fun bonding experience for us, it was really cool to see how much Owen got into it. He's a kid that loves to tinker, and this really challenged and engaged his curiosity and creativity. KiwiCo is perfect for kids who love to build, create, and explore. Each crate includes all the materials and instructions needed for a hands-on project, and with options for different age groups, there's something for everyone. And there's no commitment. You can pause your subscription or cancel anytime. So get yours today. Redefine learning with play, explore hands-on projects that build creative confidence and problem-solving skills with KiwiCo. Get 50% off your first month, plus free shipping on any crate line at kiwico.com/10news. That's 50% off your first month at kiwico.com/TENNEWS. Happy building.
Time for an update on the war in Ukraine. Last week, a dam important to both Ukraine and Russia was destroyed, causing massive flooding. Historically, Russia has used similar tactics in the past, blowing up dams to slow enemy progress. Ukrainian sources have said the Russian army is shelling people evacuating from the flood zones. And Russia says it's Ukraine doing the shelling.
Aw, man.
Ukrainian forces use drones to airdrop water bottles and supplies to flood victims awaiting rescue. The dam's destruction could slow Ukraine's planned counteroffensive while cutting off Russia's water supply in Crimea.
The effects of the war in Ukraine will likely be seen for many years.
Unfortunately, I think that's true, Pamela.
Let's lighten the mood with some animal news. First up, in Colorado, a hungry bear managed to get stuck in a car. The car owner had dog food in the car. Bears have an amazing sense of smell, and one little brown bear followed his nose to the car. Bears are pretty smart, and this bear opened the car door and climbed in to have a feast. Unfortunately, the bear locked himself in the car until wildfire officials arrived and freed him.
No judgment to that bear. The same thing happened to me last week.
Ryan, do you have any idea what parthenogenesis is?
Nope, and that sounds illegal.
It's not a crime, but good guess. It's when an animal reproduces asexually. So a female makes offspring without needing a male's genetic information. It happens fairly often in plants and insects and was observed for the first time ever in crocodiles. Since crocodiles are some of the oldest species on Earth, this gives scientists new insight and suggests that dinosaurs may also have been capable of parthenogenesis, something the 1993 movie Jurassic Park predicted.
Oh yeah, I remember that part, when Dr. Alan Grant is like, "Life found a way." Former President Donald Trump is in court in Miami this Tuesday, June 13th, facing 37 criminal charges for keeping classified documents. The former president says he declassified the documents, but he is being charged under the Espionage Act, which is used when officials are careless with documents that concern national security. If convicted, Trump could be jailed for up to 10 years. These charges are separate from the case brought against him by New York prosecutors.
Activist Greta Thunberg just graduated from high school and announced she will no longer participate in Friday school strikes, but will continue to protest climate change. Greta Thunberg goes to high school in Sweden, where most students graduate at 19. Greta is 20. She's graduating a year late because she took a year off to lead climate protests. She started her school strike, Fridays for the Future, in Stockholm in 2018 and has since become one of the most widely recognized climate activists in the world. 10 News snaps to Greta and the graduating class of 2023. That was 10 things you need to know.
Check out tomorrow's episode where we'll break down the new rules of baseball.
I'm Pamela Kirkland.
And I'm Ryan Willard. Thanks for listening to the 10 News.
Data transfer complete.